Hi friends, welcome back to the kitchen. Welcome if you're new. I'm Cheryl, this Table Full of Joy, and friends, today's extra special video. It is my husband's birthday, and so I'm gonna bring you guys along with me as we make all the things he wants for his birthday dinner. As you guys know, we've been following a low carb, high protein lifestyle, but today we're taking a little bit of a break because he wants a couple things that are not on plan. One of those things is strawberry rhubarb. I was blessed with some rhubarb from a friend from church on Thursday at Bible study. And he found out, he said, I want strawberry rhubarb for my birthday. And I said, okay, well, we don't need a whole pie. So we're gonna make a strawberry rhubarb galette instead. And basically what a galette is, it is a single crust pie. It's gonna be a little bit easier for us to manage. We don't need an entire pie. We're not gonna eat an entire pie. So we're gonna make this. I have some fresh strawberries that we put in the freezer from the farm. And I've got the fresh rhubarb. I'm gonna make my filling in a pot on the stove. I think it's gonna be easier for me than trying to mix frozen strawberries with fresh rhubarb and have it stay in the filling or stay in the pie crust. So we're gonna get our strawberries in the pot over here on the stove, get our rhubarb cut up, get our filling made, and then we're gonna put it all on a frozen pie crust because I have one left in my freezer. I need to get it out of there, so we're gonna use it. Instead of making pie crust, why? I've got one to use up. We're just gonna use it, get it out of there. So let's get our filling made. Let's get our pie in the oven. He also wants salmon tonight, so we're gonna cook some salmon on the Blackstone. He wants mashed potatoes. Those are not on plan, but I'm gonna let him have mashed potatoes tonight for his birthday dinner. Also, he wants some asparagus. We're gonna do a beautiful salad to go with it. It's gonna be an incredible dinner. We're gonna just relax. He got off work a little bit early today, so he's headed home right now. He's gonna relax for the rest of the day with us and just have an incredible, relaxing day for him on his special day. So come along with me as I spoil hubby today with all his favorite foods. All right, friends, so I got one stalk of rhubarb in here with our strawberries from the freezer. We're gonna put in about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. This is the other reason why I want to do this on the stovetop instead of just putting this filling directly in that pie crust, is because those strawberries are going to be a little bit juicier than a fresh strawberry just because they've been in the freezer. So I want to be able to have a little more control over that filling. We're going to put just a little pinch of salt in here. You know, we always do a little bit of salt to balance out our sweet. I'm going to put, this is not called for in most of the recipes, but I'm going to put a little bit of cinnamon in here. I love the warmness that cinnamon gives to any kind of a pie. We're actually going to put some with some sugar in the raw on our crust as well. So I have my burner on about medium here. We're going to let this filling start to cook down. I'm not going to add any water until I see how much liquid the strawberries are going to give off, and then we'll add a little water if we need to. But we're just going to give this a little bit of a stir. I want the strawberries to start to give off their juice, melt down a little bit. I'm going to see what our filling looks like, how much filling we have. I have another bag of strawberries ready and some more rhubarb if we need to add it. All right, we're going to put in about a ½ cup of sugar, and now I'm going to add a little bit of water. Putting in about a ¼ cup of water. We'll see how this looks for our filling. So here is our pie crust. We've got our filling. Now I'm going to start filling this, and I'm going to get it filled, get our perimeter so we can get our sides folded up, and then we can come back and fill some more in the middle of it. I don't want to get too much of this juice. And I still may have too much filling here, but that's okay. We'll find something to do with it. Not super worried about it. All right, let's start getting our sides folded up, and we'll come back and fill in a little bit more if we need to. So you can tell you're just going to take your edges and fold them over. Like I said, I'm making a really small galette because we don't need a ton of dessert tonight. That's the reason I'm doing a small one like this. So I'm going to take just a little bit extra of our filling, try to get some of that juice off of there, and just fill in where it looks like it might be just a little bit low. All right, I have a little bit of an egg wash here, which is just an egg and water. I'm gonna mix that up real quick. We're gonna brush our egg wash on here. Let me get my crust pulled up there. All right, so we've got our brush. And I'm gonna start first by going to these seams and putting a little egg wash on the seam itself. Right here where I have my crust folded over. That's just gonna help seal that a little bit. A little bit right here. And one more little seam right here. Okay, now we're just gonna go over the rest of our crust with a little more egg wash. This is what's gonna help it brown, make it all nice and beautiful. And I love that this is just a small dessert, you know what I mean? This is gonna be enough for 4 small pieces. We'll have 2 pieces tonight for dessert and we'll have 2 tomorrow, and that'll be it. Do a little more cinnamon, just a light dusting of cinnamon. Don't want a ton, but you want your crust to have some really good flavor. All right, just like that. And then I'm using some sugar in the raw. This is turbinado sugar. I love this stuff. It really gives a really nice crunch to your crust. So we're just gonna sprinkle this on our crust. And it's jabbing them on the underside there. Do you see that, Jared? The egg wash is gonna help that turbinado sugar stick. And then this is gonna go straight in our oven, 350 for about probably 30 minutes, right around in there somewhere. We'll check it at about 25. Do a little bit of turbinado on top for that glisten. And there's our galette going in the oven. All right, friends, I just pulled the galette out of the oven and we need to talk about something. So I had forgotten, I have used the Simple Truth brand refrigerated pie crust before in the past. I never have luck with these. Let me know in the comments if you guys have used them, if you have good luck with them. I never had good luck with them ever. Even with just doing a regular pie, a 2 crust pie, never have had luck. This one did exactly what it's done to me every single time when I do a galette with that crust, is one half of it fell over. It's not the most beautiful dessert, but you know what? It's still gonna be delicious. We're still gonna eat it tonight. We're gonna cover it with some vanilla ice cream and it's gonna be okay. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. And let me know in the comments if you guys have had this problem. You can see right over here, this side, even though I glued the edges together with egg wash, this should not have caved, but it always does. I always have the worst trouble with that particular pie crust. So anyway, this is the reason why I normally make my own pie crust, then I know that it's gonna hold together. So we lost quite a bit of juice, but you know what, it's still gonna be fine. We're gonna let this completely cool until later tonight. I have a little bit of vanilla ice cream in the freezer. We're gonna have this for dessert for his birthday, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. We're gonna make a delicious dinner. All right, friends, I went ahead and boiled my potatoes. Those are done. I went ahead and made my mashed potatoes. You guys have seen me do it many times before. I use heavy cream, Trevanning cream cheese, butter, salt, pepper, all the things. We're gonna make Gouda mashed potatoes tonight. So I have a little bit of smoked Gouda that we're gonna add to those in just a little bit. But I need to get my salmon in the air fryer. We decided tonight, instead of going outside, get the Blackstone out, all the things. Hubby said just do it in the air fryer, so that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna make up our sauce really quick that goes on our salmon. And then we're gonna throw it in the air fryer and dinner's gonna be ready really soon. So I've got my salmon. I went ahead and pulled the bones out of it. That is something Hubby absolutely hates dealing with, is the bones. So I've just got a little tiny bit of this honey left over. So I'm gonna make my marinade directly in this jar. It's gonna be super easy that way. Then I don't have to deal with it. So we're gonna put a little bit of soy sauce in here. We don't need a bunch, but we do need a little bit in there. I'm gonna put a little bit of Dijon mustard in here. I'm gonna say about a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half of Dijon. Should be good. Just like that. We need some fresh lemon. So I want to mention that this is fresh salmon. It was caught just a couple of weeks ago. our sweet neighbor across the street. Jason, if you're watching this, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Jason is always thinking about us when he goes out and fishes, bringing us some of his catch when he goes out and gets halibut or cod or salmon or whatever he gets. We're always super blessed to get some of his catch. So that's always super exciting to have that. So this was just caught a couple of weeks ago when he went out fishing. We stuck it in our freezer for dinner one night, and hubby really wanted salmon tonight for his birthday. So thank you, Jason, for blessing us with this salmon. All right, so a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of honey. I'm gonna put a little oil in here. Just a tiny bit of olive oil. We don't want a lot. Like maybe a tablespoon is all I'm putting in there. And then, like I said, because I used the jar that had my honey left over in it, we're just gonna mix this in this. So we're just gonna give it a really, really good shake. I'm gonna grab one more lemon because I wanna put some fresh lemon on top of this. We're going to slice this lemon. We've also got some asparagus we're gonna put in here. So we're gonna do our asparagus in the air fryer the last couple of minutes that our salmon is in the air fryer. So I wanna get this all mixed really, really, really well because I wanna get all of that honey off the bottom. All right, let's give this a, oh, that smells so good, friends. All right, so we're gonna dump this on top of our salmon. See a lemon seed, which is totally fine. Not a big deal. This smells amazing. All right, let's pull that lemon seed out of there so we don't accidentally bite into that. We're gonna put our lemon slices right on top of this salmon. Lemon has some seeds in it, but it'll be fine. We're just gonna decorate the top of this just like that. This right here is gonna go in my air fryer for probably about, I'm gonna say probably 10 or 15 minutes. And the last about 5 minutes that the salmon's in the air fryer, we'll put the asparagus in. Here's our mashed potatoes. This has our cream cheese and our butter, our heavy cream. I've got my little potato masher. We're gonna go ahead and put some of our Gouda in here. I love Gouda and potatoes together, so putting them in scalloped potatoes or mashed potatoes or anything like that makes them incredibly delicious. And I'm not going for an extra cheesy potato, but I do want there to be enough that you can taste the Gouda in the potatoes. It is a special night after all. Hubby's birthday only comes once a year, so we want to make sure that what we're giving him is super, super delicious. All right, let me take my masher. We're just gonna give our potatoes a quick little mash, get all of that butter and cream and salt. I will put a little more cheese in here, but I just wanted to start with a little bit and get that mixed in here. I'm not going for a super creamy mashed potato. There are times that I love a creamy mashed potato, and there's times that I really like just kind of a chunky mashed potato. And so we're just gonna get these all mixed up together. Just kind of mash around in these potatoes, get as many of the lumps out as we can, but not going for totally smooth. I can smell that smoked Gouda. It finally hit that heat. It smells fantastic. All right. Throw a little more cheese in here, and then we're gonna just stir it in, put the lid back on, set these over on the stove, and they're just gonna sit there and stay warm until we are ready for dinner. All right, let's go back on the stove. All right, friends, here is our salmon. Our asparagus is ready, mashed potatoes are ready. We're gonna go ahead and cut this into some pieces. I'm gonna try to keep the skin on here because Hubby and I don't like picking it off the skin, so. Put some mashed potatoes on here. Our asparagus. And that, friends, is Hubby's birthday dinner. We'll see you guys later this evening for dessert. All right, friends, we went ahead and cut up our dessert. Here is our delicious strawberry rhubarb galette. Hubby is loving saying that word tonight. I'm gonna have him come give our dessert a little taste. There's the birthday boy. He's got his. He wanted 2 scoops of ice cream because we have not had ice cream for quite a while. So I'm gonna let him taste the galette, let you guys know what he thinks of his birthday dessert.
Yeah, I like it. It's rhubarb, nice and tart. Goes good with the vanilla ice cream.
That's good, friends. All right, we're gonna go enjoy his birthday dessert, finish watching a little bit of Cops, and then we're off to bed. We have a busy day of serving at church tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for joining me as we made a delicious birthday dinner for the birthday boy here. Super excited to get to share some salmon with him. Salmon that our incredible neighbor across the street caught and brought to us. We saved it for a special occasion, which was today. So we're gonna go enjoy this dessert. Excuse me for the shadows. Forgot to turn the light. It's all right. So we're gonna go enjoy the rest of our birthday evening with him, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great evening, friends. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. God bless.
God bless you.